There we go. Hi, Sag. How are you? Thanks for stopping by Moonrise Cottage Soul Tarot. This is Mary Ellen. Many of you know I'm traveling. I'm off on my own little sacred walkabout, having a fabulous time. I'm working on putting together a little video just to show you some of what's been going on for me. So yesterday, I was blessed enough to be in what people refer to as Chaco Canyon, exploring the ancient ruins from the Chaco people, the Anasazi, who inhabited that place and built a lot of sacred structures, including what's called a kiva, which is a sacred round house, meeting house, in which the entire community would get together. So I drew the cards from there yesterday, had some very sacred encounters. A crow came. My guides, I was asked, I asked permission, can I do this? The answer was yes. We want you to give something of yourself to leave in this place. And so when I asked the question, they said, we want your hair. We want you to leave your hair. So as many of you know, I haven't been on camera in a while, but I have a gray stripe in my hair now. And so I picked out 3 of my gray hairs is what they wanted. So they were talking to me about the wisdom of the ages and my own development. And that's what they're talking with you about. So check out the cards. When I was done with the readings, a crow came and flew. I was asked to walk around the kiva, around the sacred place, and be in prayer in preparation for the messages to come through. So when I was done with all the readings that came out, I did all the fireside readings from that spot. It was completely silent. There wasn't a breeze. Another human being didn't happen by. Not a thing. It was so quiet. And then as soon as I was done with the readings and I packed up the cards and started to walk away, a crow came and was flying in a circular fashion around the kiva where I was standing. And we had a little conversation. I walked back out, went to the parking spot where my car was, and there was the crow sitting there waiting for me. So it was a wonderful moment. My guides wanted me to tell you that story because there's something similar going on for you, all the fire signs. So let's jump right into it. Actually, you know what? Here's why they wanted me to tell you that story. Do you see the 2 cards that are coming out for your oracle cards? The Sacred Seer and the notion of distant shores. So that was the experience I was having. And for you, Sag, that for some reason is a part of your story. They want you to know that it's time to step into the sacred. Today's the 11.11 portal. That's why I did the readings from that place yesterday. And my guides want to speak to you about the notion of the portal, about what it is to step through into a distant shore in ancient land. Take on the mantle of the seer and stand in your own life in this way. Oh, I'm getting choked up. So Sag, we know many of you have been going through a big shift and change. So toward that end, again, there's the theme of my reading if you're new. That's the 9 of Cups. In this Celtic Wisdom Tarot deck, the mythology talks about a woman, so don't get stuck on gender, okay? Could be anybody, who was a seer, and she had the ability to understand the sacred lineage of the tribe and who would be the next king and how the lineage would go forward. There's something happening in your life, and you are meant to be standing in yourself and in your place on this planet in this way, particularly as we cross through this portal and prepare for the days that are coming that most of you know about. If you don't know about the astrology and what's going on, as we turn the corner of the year, please look. So Sag, because you are a sacred seer, you are seeing your destiny. This is the Ace of Wands. It's a prophecy, the augury of a passionate new beginning, a skill set. It has something to do with building something sacred in your life. It always does. Male energy moving you forward. Having been transformed, that's what the blue coloration, the trousers is about, but open now. My guides are saying the word unobstructed. So it's your destiny. Something has happened to change your destiny for many of you. That's the World card. Do you see how it's displayed in this beautiful deck that's about mythology? Kundalini awakening. Do you see the chakras being awakened? And the sacred swastika at the breast, the center point of your life, sacred energy turning. So as you come through this next year, having stepped through this 11.11 portal into the one that comes a year from now, Pay close attention to how your energy changes because your world is going to change. You're going to pick up a lot of petals of wisdom and you're going to have some kind of an awakening, and you have all the tools that you need. My guides just said all the tools that the magician would have. Another major arcana card, the counselor of truth. This is the sacred hermit. So the advice is to understand that as a seer who's able to step into the portal and go into the distant lands, okay, the distant past and the distant future, you become a touchstone of truth and wisdom in your own life by going deep inside and attending to your own journey. That's why we see the hermit portrayed as this elderly gentleman with a beard. And we see the light in the background. There is something that's happening within you in order to prepare you to be a seer and a bringer of shift and change and light and inspiration in your own life. But clearly here on the planet, look at that. And you know, Sag, your new moon's coming on the 29th. So actually, is it the 29th? I'm saying the 29th because there is a, my guys are talking in the background about portals and things like that. I am offering a new moon in Sagittarius spiritual retreat here in Santa Fe. On that day, my guys are talking about, because it's your new moon, Sag, there is a portal. So there's portal after portal. They're saying, there you go. That's the effect of the new moon. See that? See that portal? Do you see how it illuminates the stone of your destiny? Look at the energy coming through. And there you are, touching your destiny. So we see another person, both male and female energy, becoming activated, becoming a touchstone of wisdom. So for you, you've got the World card, the Ace of Wands, the Sacred Hermit, touchstone of truth in your own life, and the Ace of Pentacles, prophecy about sacred knowledge, transformation. Again, the beautiful gray hairs turning blue because you're touching the stone of wisdom and you're being activated spiritually and actualized inside your own life. It's a very momentous, my guys are talking about the journey into and out of the portal. So pay close attention because look, you are, again, sitting right next to the Ace of Wands, fire energy, passion. You see yourself holding the wand? Do you see destiny turning? The teacher's there. Two of Pentacles. So we have the Ace of Pentacles and then the two. Your journey is meant to help you come to a place of balance as a wisdom holder. Lineage, which was her job, was to name the sacred lineage. And we see it happening right here. And it's interesting because that's the outcome card. So Sag, this is what's been meant for you. You've gone through a lot of trials and tribulations, a lot of you, I know. And now we see it in the cards on the line of your heart, soul chakra. The King of Battle, King of Swords. See the full moon? So when you come through this cycle from your new moon to the next full moon, you guys are talking about December, of course. This is a sacred story about someone who had something severed from them, a literal part of themselves. For him, it was his hand, and he wasn't able to sit on the throne. You see how he's sitting in a graveyard? There's the Death card. You're going to regain something, and this is part of your soul circuit. That's where this card sits. Some part of you, this man did go through a mystical healing. He regained his human hand, regrew. He went back, was able to sit on the throne again. But he literally had to go through a death process. So that's the shift and change. That's where we see, look at this. Look at all this major arcana. And then the notion of balance, coming onto a new path. As a student, as an initiate, that's what's going on here. Because the world is changing. And when you take up your pathway, whatever it is in your life, you will know some part of you on a soul level that chose to have this journey, you're going to finish the cycle. And here we have another sacred card about balance. Very interesting. Two of Wands. So we have Two of Pentacles and Two of Wands. You're going to be required to go sit in your destiny place. That's what this is literally about. And when you get there, because it's in the placement this way, becoming a touchstone of truth, because of this prophecy coming forward, on a sacred level, you are going to reintegrate with your soul pattern, with your soul circuit. And some of you have been feeling like you fell off it. I know because I hear from you folks. So this is a story about Merlin who's going through a shift and change. He had been through a similar process as the king of battle. And he came to a place where he needed some sacred assistance. So there's something happening on the circuit of your soul, your heart soul chakra, that is coming back into wholeness and into balance through some sacred assistance. You see how these touch each other at the corners? And there's the teacher or the sacred assistant, so to speak. And so on the last notion, that's Four of Wands. Okay, that's the celebration, the tent of celebration. For you, look, it has to do with love energy, and so it does. Do you see the shoes are blue? Your walk has been transformed. You are dressed in your passion, Sag. Sorry, Mercury's in retrograde. Your vessel is full, and you have the resource at your disposal in order to refill your vessel anytime you need. And on a soul level, this is about you being in a place of celebration and peace, love, abundance inside the sacred tent in order to have a journey with yourself, to review on a soul level where you've been, the shadow, the light, the battles, the challenges. It's a time to just be standing as you are in your true identity in these moments. Really beautiful. Really beautiful. So if you contemplate the fours in any tarot deck, it's always about going inward and coming to my challenges today, coming to a place of stillness. So yeah, in traditional tarot, people talk about it as if it's about the marriage tent, and sometimes it is, but when we see it on a soul level, we're talking about you literally reintegrating with yourself. You chose to have some kind of an experience, apparently, where these challenges came forward, and now we're at this moment of sacred shift and change, destiny for all of humanity. And for you, death and rebirth. Do you see the shaman carrying the head? That was where the soul was thought to reside. I have to cover this because YouTube freaks out. Sorry. So the death card in this deck is the liberation of your devotion. And look at the path you've had to take. Sag, I love you guys so much, and I have some good friends that are Sag people. I know what you've been through. So for those of you that are in partnership, whether it's a lover, you within your family, somebody significant in your life, look at that. Someone who's really beloved or who's holding you in this way, in their own heart, in their own life. They're feeling it for you. And from the journey of love, man of the earth and woman of the sky. So a blending of sacred male and female energy that is bringing forward this exalted experience that they are having as a result of being with you. Right? Earthly existence, sacred existence. And they're watching you go through it. So for them, it may be that being relating to you is helping them get some clarity because they've been dealing with some anxiety. Maybe the relationship, maybe what's ever going on, if it's family, work, whatever, has brought forward a period of them feeling stuck and trapped. But look how they're attending to themselves. They're taking care of it. And they're going to come to their own clarity. They're going to come to themselves with some self-love. The Queen of Swords doesn't take any guff. But when it comes to self-knowledge, she will cut herself free. She'll do it in a loving way. It's not going to be particularly gentle, perhaps, like the Queen of Cups would be. But the Queen of Swords, my guys are talking about the way she's on her business, they're saying. It's because she's holding love, the tenderness of clarity. And the sword may not be particularly gentle, but there's something going on with this person. I believe because of the energy that you're experiencing, they are able to free themselves from something. And my guides are saying, there's nothing more exalted than that. When you come to a place where you support yourself enough to cut yourself free from something that's been binding you. And it's interesting because, look, see, you're going through a similar process. So you may be with somebody who's really understanding you. Maybe you really understand each other. And your person has the Four of Swords. Whatever this battle is, when they come free from it, it might be self-deception, self-entrapment, something like that. they're going to come into this period of rest. And you see how you've got the Four of Wands? It's interesting, the type of mirroring. So different journeys, of course, because you're individuals, but similar. And so this is about coming to balance, Two of Wands. And there's the Two of Wands. So I think you can really assist each other and give each other a lot of love and support and acknowledgement when you go through together whatever these things are that are happening. You're each going to go inside. You're going to make decisions about how to go forward. But you need your quiet time in order to do it. And it's just your destiny. And you know, this person, the reason they're going through this is because they want grounded, stable love, and you may be getting some messages from them about what they're going through and the fact that, yeah, maybe I'm moving in your direction very slowly because of what I've been through and what I need to go through in terms of self-healing and self-change. I want balance. I want healing. I want healthy love relationship. And so I'm going through my cycle because I am your beloved and you heal me, or I want to be your beloved and I have to heal myself first. It's a beautiful, tender story, Sag. I love it for you. So, gang, I've got quite an encapsulated week going on. There's a lot of energy here. Thanks so much for stopping by. Please click the like button. Give me an e-hug on the way out the door. Definitely share. I love to hear what's going on. Something beautiful going on. Really beautiful, really deep as you go through the 11.11 portal. Allow yourself to go into distant shores. Be the seer in your own life. Come into the place of wisdom. The universe is acknowledging your destiny and the fact that you're having some kind of inspiration about how you go forward, the way the road has opened for you, and the way it brings healing and reintegration and liberates you from something so that you get to start again. And it has to do with your devotion, whether it's to school, job, family, life, love, in some way. So I think that's a fabulous story, Sag. I'm really happy for you. Hugs and kisses. And if you're in Santa Fe or you're able to get here for the new moon shamanic healing retreat, I think it's your moment. Okay? So if you need some information, there's a lot of information on my website, moonrisecottage.com. Go check it out. Send me an email if you need to. And let's see, there's a link below this video that'll take you right to the spot you need to be. Okay? I look forward to seeing some of you there. It'd be wonderful to have somebody there who is a Sag, at least one person. I always enjoy that when that happens to come forward that way. So, gang, thanks a lot. I will talk to you hopefully next week. Have a wonderful week. Enjoy the portal. Love you guys. Hugs and kisses.